Hello everyone, we're now back to the Chinese Strategic Wisdom channel. In the video before my last one, is about the introduction of the Tei Bei Tu. That's the book of Pushing Backs, a prophecy book written in Tang Dynasty in ancient China. The last video is about the basic mechanism or theory of the Tei Bei Tu. Today, this video is about the first prophecy in the book. Now, we look at first that the picture 2. Picture 2 is about the first prophecy of the book. The picture is like this: a dish of pears, Chinese pears. Okay. Now, prophecy and poem. Prophecy, I read it out. There are so many rich fruits, we cannot fully know their number. One seed for one food, new succeeded the old. The poem like this: all things go out of earth, 2 and 9 firstly come into existence. Unify and control the middle land, yin and is dominant, so yang becomes weak. Now I will not go into the detail of the interpretation in taking into account the wordings of the prophecy and the poems. I will give you an overview of what the prophecy said about. The prophecy is about the rise of the first female emperor in Chinese history. Empress Wu. Okay, Empress Wu. Empress Wu was the first female emperor. Okay, female, the actual ruler in China, in Chinese history. Basically, this is dish of pears. Is about the number of emperors or kings of the whole Tang Dynasty. There are a total of 21 pears in the dish. Because the Chinese word for pears, Li, is the same of the surname Li of the royal family ruling the Tang Dynasty. So there are 21 peers, means there are 21 emperors of Li royal family in the whole Tang Dynasty. However, as you can see clearly, carefully, you will notice that there is one peer. I think it's near the top, the fifth one on the left side. Okay, the fifth one on the left side. These peers was without stick. All other peers have sticks, but this peer does not have stick. What it means is that this peer is a woman. It means that this emperor or the ruler of the dynasty will be a woman. Point it out to be Empress Wu. Okay, Empress Wu. That's the general prophecy of this picture. But you can see from the poem, I want to emphasize or focus on the last sentence. Unify and control middle land. Middle land means China. Okay, yin is dominant, so yang becomes weak. So the yin energy will become dominant, become stronger, and the yang energy will become weak. Okay. Now, the picture is that it's a dish of first possible Chinese pears. Only 21 fruits can be counted and seen. The Yijing symbol for this picture is hexagram coming together. 天风高,天风就. Okay. Now, you can see in this Yijing symbol or Yijing hexagram. The first one, the bottom line was a yang, was a yin. Okay, negative line. Okay, yin. And the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth are yang. So the yang, now you say the movement of the lines are upwards. Is upwards. Okay, so there is a tendency for the start of a yin energy, negative energy, to move gradually, progressively upwards to driving out all the yang energy out of the picture. So the symbol of this hexagram meaning is like this, okay? The yin energy, negative energy, started only small, but gradually, progressively drive out the yang energy. So, what is the essence or the core idea of this hexagram? Does this hexagram refer? It means Empress Wu is a woman, okay? According to Chinese cosmology, woman, I'm not a sexual discrimination. I'm not talking sexual discrimination. In Chinese tradition or history or cosmology, women are yin means negative, okay? And this negative energy or power gradually build up. So in this particular historical episode or event, Empress Wu was not the only negative energy. Okay, there are many other women. Okay, forming a group. Women certainly related to Empress Wu, to dominate the politics of Tang Dynasty, and then gradually build up and driving out the Li royal family of the government. This is the tendency or the description in the prophecy. You call it now. So, in a superficial way, many people will think that this hexagram is not good. It's not good because the negative energy build up and drive out the good one, the righteous one. Okay. But if you study in detail and do more analysis, this hexagram, according to I Ching theory, is a good. It's not good. It's not quite bad. Okay. It has a positive side. It's a positive side. Positive side. And also, there are many principles or theories about this hexagram, which we can apply here to have a more comprehensive understanding of this picture. Now, if you study the history, relevant history, you can see that the Empress Wu and her associates, yes, they drove out the Li family. But in fact, before the actual rise of Empress Wu, the Empress Wu and her associates or her followers have held the royal family, the Li family, to counteract the dark forces and more darker forces. These darker forces composed of the aristocrats and some powerful ministers. They too also pose a very dangerous offense on the royal family. But Empress Wu, although her surname was not Li, but she had been married to the Li family, so she was also part of the royal family. Empress Wu has held the royal family to counteract, okay, or to drive out, okay, this powerful minister and aristocrats, paving a longer prospect for the control by the royal family. So when you read the history, you can say that although Empress Wu and her followers were dark forces, but there was a even darker forces in that particular moment of the history, causing danger or threatening the royal family, Empress Wu had held to cut down or destroy these darker forces, paving a long-term prosperity of the royal family. So, if you study more or in depth, you can see that hexagram coming together is in fact a good hexagram for the overall well-being of Tang Dynasty. Okay, now from this story or historical story and the hexagram, and also the picture, we can derive a strategy and strategy so that we may apply to many situations. Now, the strategy is like this. Now, before we go to the strategy, I want to also tell you something. If you look at the picture, don't just look in the hexagram, look in the picture. The picture you see is a dish of pears, or Chinese pears. But you can see the pears were piled over the top, okay? More on the bottom, on the first layer, and then the second layer, filler, and then the third layer, and then fourth layer, and fifth layer. This is a signal. It means that Empress Wu darker energy will in the end, okay? Because yin-yang theory, yin although will rise, and then the yin will collapse, and then the yin-yang will arise again, okay? This is the basic I Ching theory. And table I have talked about it in my last one, okay? So, the yin energy, the Empress Wu dark forces, will pass away, okay, at the end. However, this is subject to one condition. The yang energy, means the royal family, Li royal family, must distribute or send their kinship members of their family over the all levels of the society and the government, so that one day all these royal family members, Li, whose surname is Li, will overcrowd, okay, overwhelming the dark forces, Empress Wu. In fact, in history, at the end, Wu cannot rule the dynasty any longer because there are too many other. The Li royal members of the Li royal family have been scattered all around the government, all around the different areas, okay, regions, okay. So Empress Wu cannot build up her own surname family or power, okay. At the end, he surrendered the government to the Li royal family again. Give them back, okay. Give the government back. Give the ruling back to the royal Li family. So the key to get back or to suppress the dark forces of Empress Wu was to scatter all the elements of yang means the royal family, all over the society in different layers, in different governments, etc. Okay, now, so that when we interpret the table, we must not only look into the hexagram, but also the picture, okay, the picture. Many persons will neglect, okay, the picture, but the picture is very important. So now we can derive a grand strategy for our use. Now, the first one is that the grand strategy is like this. Within an organization, within a nation, okay, sometimes there are a dark seeds in development. In this case, is the Empress Wu followers, okay, or her power, okay, or her associates. Gradually development. However, I want to add that in the hexagram, coming together, it has a idea or principle or significance that when dark forces or when yang yin forces arises, they will interact the yang forces, so that two forces, polar forces, are not always attack each other, opposite to each other. They will exchange, stimulate, and after stimulus, they will become better. Okay, now in this situation, the dark seeds in development, however, they will also, these dark seeds will stimulate the positive energy. Positivity. What's the result? When stimulate the positivity, he helped to destroy darker forces, much darker forces, so that the aristocrats and the powerful minister originally will cause danger to the royal family were defeated with the help from the Empress Wu followers. Okay, so dark seeds in development, however, they will stimulate the positive energy and then help the positive energy to destroy darker forces. Okay, in this will paving for a long-term prosperity. So the dark seeds are only in transit. Okay, a transitional. They will not last long. However, they will help the positive side to defeat the darker forces. Because the original dark, this is, for example, in this situation, the Empress Rule, these forces will terminate one day because of the yin yang cycle. However, subject to one condition, the yang energy must plant positive seeds, all his royal family members in all levels of the organization. So at the end, the dark forces will lapse out, and the positive energy will come control again. Okay, this is the grand strategy embraced by the Taipei, in particular the picture and also the hexagram. Okay, see you next time.